Number 4, Kevin Riley. In defense, a grad student from Williamsburg, Virginia, number 5, Chucky Tenboy. At midfield, the first year from Ramsey, New Jersey, number 6, Brian Miller. At forward, a senior from North Providence, Rhode Island, number 7, Ricky Africo. At midfield, a senior from East Northport, New York, number 8, Nick Gutekunst. At forward, a senior from Stony Point, New York, number 9, J.P. Rio. At midfield, the junior from Nutley, New Jersey, number 14, Austin Sweeney.
Right in the middle of the camera.
At forward, a junior from Central Falls, Rhode Island, number 23, Esteban Osorio. And in the goal, a junior from Woodland Hills, California, number 1, Jacob Friedman. The Wildcats are coached by David Kulick. He is assisted by Adrian Blackader and Ryan Gray. And now for your Salve Regina Seahawks. At back, a senior from London, England, number 5, James Davies. At midfield, the senior from Floral Park, New York, number 8, Richie Ventura. At midfield, a graduate student from Colchester, Connecticut, number 10, Jacob Guerrero. At back, a junior from Westfield, Mass, number 11, Sam Winarski. At midfield, a freshman from Stratford, Connecticut, number 12, Ethan Davis. At back, a graduate student from Walwick, New Jersey, number 19, Casey Kelly. At back, a junior from North Andover, Mass, number 20, Nathan Constantino. At midfield, a sophomore from Milford, Mass, number 24, Jordan Borges. At midfield, a junior from Bordentown, New Jersey, number 25, John Riker. And at striker, a senior from Stoughton, Mass, number 27, Alessandro Oggiano. And in the goal, a senior from Magnolia, Delaware, number 1, Nathan Reed. The head coach of the Seahawks is Craig O'Rourke II. He is assisted by Jonathan DaCosta and Brian Bradley. The referee for today's match is Mr. Devin Miller. The assistant referees are Mr. Gus Lopez and Mr. Louis Reese. And right at the moment, please give it up for the members of the women's cross-country team who are ball people for today's contest. At this time, we ask that you please rise. Men, remove all hats and hoods and direct your attention across the field and behind the team benches so that we may honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Salve Regina University puts its highest priority on promoting good sportsmanship. We request your cooperation by supporting our participants and officials in a positive manner. Verbal abuse such as profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed toward officials, student athletes, coaches, or athletic department personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Thank you for supporting Salve Regina Athletics. NCAA Division III student athletes are committed to the concept of sportsmanship and demonstrating respect toward all participants, which includes fair play, taking responsibility for one's actions, and representing the spirit of Division III intercollegiate athletics. Salve Regina University encourages both teams, fans, coaches, and referees to help us in promoting this philosophy. Thank you for support and enjoy the game.
Good afternoon and welcome to Toppa Field in Newport, Rhode Island. It is Sunday afternoon, September 5. Salve Regina University men's soccer hosting Johnson & Wales University, the Wildcats, and the Seahawks here on the artificial turf of Toppa Field. My name is Ed Habashore. Camera operator for today's game is Bridget Esposito, and our public address announcer is Matthew Hurd. The visiting Wildcats come in with a 1-0 record. They defeated Bridgewater State on Wednesday 3-1. Salve Regina University won 1-0, losing on Wednesday in Boston to the Beacons of UMass Boston. And then winning yesterday at Paxton, Massachusetts against Anna Maria College. This is the first home game of the season for the Seahawks. Seahawks will be in white, the home whites, as James Davies chases into his backfield. Over to the left side for Casey Kelly. In front of the Seahawk bench, our first foul. Casey Kelly up the left side, just past midfield. Jacob Guerra into Ogiano. And now Esteban Osorio with the play. Being harassed by Jacob Guerra. Whistle against Salve. Nathan Costantino taking it away, bouncing it back to his starting goalkeeper, Nathan Reed. Nathan Reed, a senior from Magnolia, Delaware. His counterpart for the Wildcats, also wearing number 1, is Jacob Friedman, a junior from Woodland Hills, California. Sam Winarski with a takeaway. And the Seahawks advance, but it goes all the way to Friedman. Richie Ventura and Chucky Tenbush competing for that kick from Friedman. And now Guerra in a race with Tenbush. Shot on goal, it's good! Jacob Guerra giving Salve Regina University the 1-0 lead. Goal for the Seahawks. In front of a very happy crowd, Jacob Guerra scoring from the left side.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 10, Jacob Guerra.
Jacob Guerra had a goal and an assist in yesterday's game, so that's his second goal of the season. Coming just under 3 minutes into the first half here at Toppa Field. So Seahawks with the early 1-0 lead. First shot of the game. On the near side midfield, Sam Winarski and JP Rio battling for it. It'll be a throw-in for Nathan Costantino. Costantino surveying the field. Goes deep across field to Casey Kelly. Austin Sweeney picks off Kelly's pass with a header. No whistle. But now there is. So, no audible whistle anyway. Foul on Salve Regina. Into the backfield. Picked up by Brian Miller, a freshman from Ramsey, New Jersey. He sends it down the near sideline, and it'll go out of bounds. Costantino will once again get a throw in. Getting a ball from a Salve Regina University women's cross country runner. Working the sidelines. Winarski's header goes out of bounds and over the fence, just in front of Salve Regina University president, Dr. Kelly Armstrong. Good crowd here at Toppa Field. Salve Regina freshman, class of 2025, all on hand as that boot from Austin Sweeney sails high over the crossbar. Nathan Reed with the goal kick. Clears midfield. Casey Kelly heads the pass that came in from Ricky Africo. Now Jordan Borges loses it before Cosentino gets whistled for a foul. And the kick from Ten Bush goes all the way into the hands of Nathan Reed. Cosentino punches it into the Johnson & Wales box. Picked up off a few bounces by Friedman. Can't tell if he's wearing some sunglasses or just regular glasses with thick frames. I'm going to go with the latter. At midfield, Kevin Riley over to Brian Miller. They lose it out of bounds. Throw in from Winarski. Borges lifts it to the opposite sideline, and it goes out of bounds before Ethan David could make a play on it. Throw in from the Wildcats on the far sideline. John Reichert over to Cosentino. Cosentino missile was intercepted by Ten Bush. And that ball from the foot of Nick Gutekunst sails past the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Nate Reed. So depending on the size of the Salve Regina University class of 2025, I think we're at least going to be clearing 500 with our attendance this afternoon. As Ogiano gets a ball that's free for Winarski. Winarski passed into the box. Looking back to get it back to Ogiano. Ogiano's kick caromed off the face of a Wildcat player that drew a reaction from the crowd. The rebound came close to a player's hand, so I think there was a shout for handball as well at the same time. Good long throw in from Brian Miller. Headed out of bounds. Last touch by the Seahawks. So Chucky Ten Bush will have a throw in from the near sideline, deep inside Seahawk territory. His throw reaches the box, and a header into the hands of Nathan Reed. Far sideline in front of the Seahawk bench. Now being chased down by Ricky Africo. His cross cleared by John Reichert. It'll be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Chucky Tenbush will take it and deliver. His throw into the box. Tenbush kicks it in and then cleared by Ventura. Ventura collects it, kicks it ahead to nobody for the Seahawks. John Baker touches it over to his keeper, Friedman, who was outside of the box. And Winiarski knocks it into the bleachers. Not a souvenir for the Seahawk freshman. They'll have to return it. At midfield out of bounds, throw in for Brian Miller. Cosentino reaches that header first. To midfield. Kevin Riley kicks it back to his defense. And now Friedman at his feet. Touches it over to Chucky Tenbush. Tenbush up the left sideline. And out. Cosentino throws. Looking for Guerra. And it's going to go as a bad throw since it was touched out of bounds. So Johnson and Wales has a play. Throw in from Brian Miller. Seahawks win that battle as it's last touch out of bounds by the Wildcats. Africo over to Riley. And now Sweeney loses it to Ventura. Borges touches it. DeGuerra poked away nicely, but now Ventura up ahead looking for Winiarski, who had scooted down the sidelines. It goes all the way to Friedman. He does an overhand throw to his right over to Nolan Soy. Nathan Reed collects the ball at the top of the box for the Seahawks. Urges his teammates to move upfield, and his boot as he puts it down on the ground. And he's outside of the box, so he'll have to do a free kick here. In the air, Ogiano on the back of Kevin Riley. Riley was able to head it, and Cosentino knocks it away from Esteban Osorio. That'll be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Winiarski with a poke. And now Reichert switches sides over to Ethan David. Just under 30 minutes remaining in the first half. Salve Regina with a 1-0 lead. Jacob Guerra scoring his second goal in as many days. Seahawks won 7-1 on Saturday at Anna Maria College. Former Commonwealth Coast Conference member. That was a non-league win for the Seahawks. 7-1. 7 different Seahawks scoring goals. Guerra had a goal and an assist in the contest. And a long cross-field kick from Chucky Tenbush goes out of bounds. In front of the Seahawk bench, Casey Kelly with the throw-in. Seahawks are coached by Craig O'Rourke II, graduate of Worcester Polytechnic Institute. He's in his 15th season at the head of the Seahawk program. His 14th season was the COVID-19 canceled campaign, and prior to that long ball from Casey Kelly pulled down by Friedman. And in 2019, Salve Regina won the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship, its second straight CCC regular season title, was followed by the last game on this field, a championship win over Endicott College. 3-2 the final in that game. That was in overtime. Out of bounds on the far sideline. Casey Kelly with the throw at midfield. Sends it to David. Back to Kelly. Out of bounds. It'll be another throw in for the Seahawks. Kelly will pick up the ball that's laying right at the midfield line. His throw ahead to Ogiano. Now Guerra free. His kick goes wide. But it looks like it was touched by the Wildcats. So it'll be a corner kick for Salve Regina. Winiarski delivers the corner. It's knocked out by the Wildcats. Now Winiarski down the near sideline. Rolling on the freshly painted yellow. His shirt's being grabbed just outside the box. Was there a yellow, Matt? Matt, was there a yellow? Okay, the officials are in on the action, breaking up a little skirmish. We have a light pole that is blocking our view. And now it is whistled. So a yellow card against Johnson Wales University. David fed Winiarski a nice ball. He kicked into traffic. Now Ogiano with a kick. Blocked. And Casey Kelly with the cross. Going too far. Foul on Johnson and Wales. Dangerous place to be alongside the fence there at Toppa Field as the action came right on top of some Seahawks spectators. Throw in from Cosentino over to Augiano. He turns, fires high and over the stone wall onto Middleton Avenue. We'll have our first substitution. It will be Gianni Lisa for Ricky Africo. For the Wildcats. Reichert kicked it in, and now it was popped up for Ventura against Austin Sweeney. Now Augiano tackled illegally by Gutenkunst. Salve Regina with the 1-0 lead. Goal in the 3rd minute. Scored by Jacob Guerra, his 2nd goal of the season, 2nd in as many days. That feed in from Jordan Borges, last touched off the end line by a streaking Ethan David. He had to leap and still it glanced off his midsection, unable to control it. And now Friedman with a goal kick. Short of midfield, headed by David. Now up in the air. Not sure of the call. Apparently a foul. Down the far sideline, Kelly picks it up. Over to Ventura, fellow captain. Seahawk captains in 2021 are returning captains Guerra and Kelly. And then James Davies and Richie Ventura. Davies and Ventura, both seniors, and Guerra and Kelly, graduate students. They served as captains for the 2020 season, which featured no games. Salve whistled for a foul. Kelly with the header to clear. Guerra playing with it on the far sideline near his bench. Last touched by the Wildcats, so it'll be a throw-in for Salve Regina. I want to thank my colleague Andrew Pizzelli for sharing with me one of his touchscreen pens. It's working wonderfully for the live stats. Now Borges bouncing off of Gianni Lisa. Cosentino able to get a good touch on it. But now sent downfield by Esteban Osorio. And great read by Nathan Reed to come well outside of his goal area and collect the loose ball. Now he rolls it outside of the box. He's getting no attention until JP Rio says, you know what, I'd like you to do something with that ball. So he started to approach, and now the kick downfield by Reed. Brian Miller knocks it out off of Sam Winiarski. Another substitution for the Wildcats. Exiting will be Austin Sweeney, and coming in will be Eric Gonsalves. That's 16 for 14 in your scorebook. John Baker clears it out of bounds, resets the defense for the Wildcats as Casey Kelly throws it on the far sideline in front of the Wildcat bench. And that is cleared by Kevin Riley all the way down to Nathan Reed. He's well outside of his box, but feeling very comfortable. Kelly, quick strike in, looking for a crossing Jordan Borges. It was intercepted by the Wildcats. And now Eric Gonsalves gets his first touch. James Davies, header dropped, and a crossbar shot by Esteban Osorio. He had some room, just a bit too high. It'll be a goal kick for Nathan Reed. Reed with the kick to clear. And a whistle as a Wildcat player, Gianni Lisa, came too close to Nathan Reed. We are in the 30th minute of the first half. And Gonsalves jumps up for the header. He is fouled on the play. Correction, he commits the foul. Just checking with our public address announcer, Matt Hurd, to see if he saw any Salve Regina substitutions this half. Neither of us have seen it. So we're going to go with the starting 11 still out there for Salve Regina. As T-shirts are being launched into the bleachers. By orientation leaders. And we do, as we speak of substitutions, we have our first Salve, new player. It'll be 7 for 8. Alec Quiroz checking in for Richie Ventura. And immediately, Quiroz down on the ground. He absorbs the foul. Seahawk possession. Cosentino on the near sideline. Over to Ogiano. Ogiano to Guerra. Guerra being backed by Nick Gudenkunst. And now, nice touch and a stop by Friedman as Borges fed Ogiano. And right at the time that Ogiano was about to knock it into the goal, there was Friedman to stop it. He had to reach around to collect the loose ball. Offsides on Salve. Borges. Too far for Ogiano. Returned by Brian Miller up to Osorio. Osorio backs it up to Kevin Riley. He crosses the field and collision there brought down Casey Kelly. Wildcats still playing with it. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Substitutions include 21 for 23 on the visitors, and Borges exits. Trying to see who the new player in for Salve Regina was. Oh, there he is. Number 9. So Zeke Menendez in for Jordan Borges. And Andres Caceres in for Esteban Osorio. Into the corner on the near side. It was a foul on Salve Regina down in that near corner. Winiarski, the guilty player. Friedman rolls it over to his right for Nolan Soy. Long ball headed in the middle by James Davies. And now Caceres, guilty of a foul while he was trying to challenge Alec Quiroz. Right in the same spot, and that'll be a goal kick. That's the same spot that Winiarski committed a foul. This one goes over the end line for a goal kick for Friedman. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Friedman's kick to the nearest sideline, headed by Quiroz. Guerra punches it and then has it punched back by Riley. Davies over to Kelly. Kelly dribbling it up. Sends it off of Eric Gonsalves. Great reception by Ogiano. He touches it to the left. And David's feed was denied. Soy up the sideline finds Austin Sweeney. Correction, Gianni Lisa. That ball is out of bounds. And we have another Johnson & Wales substitution. $18 for 9. It is Garrett Grolling for JP Rio. That was on a Johnson & Wales throw-in. Now the Seahawks will have a throw-in. Ball passed over to Cosentino on the near side. Now at midfield, it's Winarski. He touches it over to Reichert. Reichert to Davies. Davies over to the far sideline for Casey Kelly. This press box almost had a nice T-shirt. That left-footed kick by Winarski didn't get a great piece of it. Quiros goes down, but no whistle. And now Caceres bringing it up. He takes a tumble. Davies into the midfield for Reichert. Reichert switches it over to Casey Kelly on the far. Kelly left foot. Boots it in. Before it can get to the box, Tenbush clears it and goes down with a foul. Subs on the sideline waiting for both sides. It'll be a throw-in for Johnson & Wales. And both teams will send in replacements. Michael Manusos in for Ethan David. And Andres Caceres comes out, replaced by Connor Elliott. Corner kick for the Wildcats. It's Nick Gudenkunst with the corner. Clearing the far post, I should say. Then out of bounds for a Wildcat throw-in. One nothing the score here at Toppa Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Salve Regina scoring in the 3rd minute of the first half. It was Jacob Guerra. Elliott got a shot blocked. Now Ogiano up ahead to Winiarski. It'll be an offside call. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. 1-0 the score. Thanks for joining us on the Salve Regina Athletic Network. Seahawks and Wildcats in men's soccer action here at Toppa Field. Overcast afternoon. Temperatures in the low 70s. Left-footed kick. Nathan Reed stepping up and making the catch. Brian Miller with the delivery. Men's soccer, the only action for Salve Regina on this Sunday, September 5. Several teams in action yesterday, September 4, Labor Day weekend. We'll bring you some of those results at halftime. That is either out of bounds or a foul. Since it's not being picked up, I think it's a foul. It is a free kick for the Wildcats. Connor Elliott setting it up. 7 of his teammates inside the box. It's a low line drive. A nice clear by Ogiano as that ball was headed towards the net. Ogiano was on that back line with Nathan Reed.
1 minute left in the half.
And he was able to clear it as we get the 1 minute remaining in the first half. From public address announcer Matt Hurd. Nathan Reed with the goal kick. Strong boot out past midfield. Foul on Johnson and Wales. Long kick by Kuros. Grabbed by Friedman at the top of his goal box.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's the horn and whistles for the end of the first half. 45 minutes in the books. Salve Regina with a 1-0 lead here at Toppa Field. We'll be back for some second half action after this short break.
We'd like to extend a special welcome.
I'm Craig O'Rourke, the head men's soccer coach of Salve Regina Men's Soccer. For those of you wondering, Salve Regina Men's Soccer has risen to national prominence over the last few seasons. Our combined record over the last 2 years of playing is 30 wins, 5 losses, and 7 draws. In both years, we were regionally ranked, and in 2018, we rose in the national rankings, culminating in a number 14 position in one of the national polls. During the last 3 seasons, we've had 4 players named All-American And each year we've had multiple players being named All-Region, and in 2018 we led the entire country with 5 All-Region selections. We are back-to-back Commonwealth Coast Conference regular season champions, and in 2019 we earned the conference's automatic bid to the NCAA. We are always aggressively looking to bring in new talent, and we are looking for technically capable and tactically aware players who are capable of doing our vision across all 3/3 of the field, dependent upon time and score. Any prospective student athlete that is interested in contacting me and sending us information as well as film should email me directly at craig.o'rourke@salve.edu. If you didn't get that email address, don't worry. Just go on the Salve Athletics website, and all of my contact information can be found on there, as well as a great deal about the team, including schedule, roster, and team information. Any questions, feel free to email me and get in touch with us, and we will get back to you. It's a point of pride for the entire coaching staff that we respond to every email that comes to our office. Thank you, and best of luck in soccer.
back to Toppa Field in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm Ed Habishaw, bringing you the men's soccer action for Salve Regina University versus Johnson & Wales University. Bridget Esposito on the camera. Matt Hurd on the public address here in the press box at Toppa Field. We are all set for second half action. Salve Regina with a 1-0 lead. Ogiano and Rich Ventura at midfield and touching it back to John Reichert. Guerra, who had the first half goal in the 3rd minute, now gets a shot, deflects off of Chucky Tenbush. And it's out of bounds in the far corner. Not a corner kick, but a throw in. It will be Nathan Costantino with the long toss. And Friedman, right at the top of his box, able to outleap and grab it. He throws it over to the left side, and his teammate Chucky Tenbush was not ready for it. It goes out of bounds in front of the Seahawk bench, thrown in by Costantino. Borges touches it to Ventura, Ventura to Guerra. Out of bounds, last touch by Wildcats. Costantino with another throw. Seahawks were 7-1 winners yesterday in Paxton, Massachusetts against Anna Maria College. 7 different Salve Regina players scoring goals, including today's lone goal scorer, Jacob Guerra. Ogiano with the cross is cleared. Now Ethan David will have a throw in, and he'll leave it for Casey Kelly. Kelly targets Ogiano. Ogiano able to turn. He fires a kick wide. Friedman watches it go out over the end line. Friedman with the goal kick. Just to midfield. Guerra and Borges look to take it away, and they do. Up ahead to John Reichert. Correction. Not up ahead, but back to John Reichert. He sends it in to Nathan Reed, who clears it. They did switch directions, folks. Nolan Soy carries it into the attack. Davies. Now Gudenkunst to Soy. His cross is going to go over the end line. A goal kick for Nathan Reed. Reed, the senior goalkeeper from Magnolia, Delaware. His goal kick reaches midfield. Ventura directs it towards Friedman. He picks it up near the top of his box, and he'll follow with a punt. And that is untouched before it hits the ground. Then Casey Kelly gets a head on it. And now Kelly up the sideline, but out of bounds. Right near his dad, actually, who's taking some photos, as Kevin Kelly often does. Richie Ventura again sends that one low into the box from a good distance out. Ventura volleys that punt from Friedman. And now Ethan David centers it for Borges, but poked away by Osorio. Tenbush, nice pass to Gudenkunst. Off of Austin Sweeney. Seahawks with the throw in. Casey Kelly up ahead. Almost reached Borges, but knocked out before by Austin Sweeney. It'll be another throw in. Kelly collects it. Borges taps it to Ogiano. Now Borges ahead to Ogiano. Volleyed by Riley. Now Richie Ventura switches the sides over to Nathan Costantino. Costantino to Guerra. Guerra back to Ventura, but intercepted by Riley. Costantino able to collect it. Excuse me, Nathan Reed. Both named Nathan, but Reed the goalkeeper. His punt well downfield. On two hops, it reaches Friedman as Winiarski was looking to make a play on it. Guerra stops Nolan Soy's boot, sends it out of bounds. Soy will throw in. That's headed by Africo into the box. Now Casey Kelly dribbling out. He escapes, sends it ahead to Ogiano. That'll be touched back to Friedman by Baker. Baker's outside of his box. He sends it in the air to Ventura, who heads it to Kelly. Kelly's clear, goes out of bounds. Another throw in here for Johnson and Wales. It will be done by Chucky Tenbush. Into the box, headed, and in! Goal by number 4. Kevin Riley with the finish. It'll be Riley from Africo finishing off the goal for the Wildcats, tying the game at 1 apiece.
Johnson and Wales goal by number 4, Kevin Riley.
It's a tie score here. Nathan Reed will come up and take the free kick off the Johnson & Wales penalty. And Casey Kelly will put it into the middle, headed on an angle by Alessandro Ogiano. Friedman down to the ground to pick the ball up. Over to his right for Tenbush. On that throw-in from the near side, Ricky Africo had the first header, and then it was finished as Nathan Reed came out to try to make a save, but before he could, Kevin Riley picked it up. Substitution for Salve Regina, it'll be Zeke Menendez coming in for Jacob Guerra. Casey Kelly, a long way with the control, gives it up for Ventura, whose pass to Ethan David goes behind David and out of bounds, as David was cutting towards the inside of the field. Nathan Costantino with a strong header. Now John Reichert, he gets it up ahead to Sam Winiarski. Winiarski, quick cross. Headed out of the way by Baker, and then a shot by Ogiano goes wide, left. Friedman sets up the goal kick on the far corner. He stays up on the left side. And it's met at midfield with a header from his own teammate, number 9, J.P. Rio. Rio, a senior from Stony Point, New York. Costantino with a throw-in. And now a kick after a pass back from Reichert. That's down the far sideline, beyond the Johnson & Wales bench. Another throw-in for Costantino. He'll go to midfield, looking for Ogiano. But instead, Osorio with the header. Now Baker clearing it to midfield for Reichert. Ventura touches it to Guerra. Ventura again. Over to Ogiano. Borges pops up in the air. That'll go out of bounds off the foot of John Reichert. Throw in to Nick Gudenkunst. Now Ventura with it at midfield. To Borges. Borges to the right for Winiarski. Winiarski can't control it as it rolls over the end line. Goal kick for Friedman. Winiarski gets a header on it, but it directed it out of bounds. Throw in from in front of the Seahawk bench by Tenbush. Then out of bounds in front of the Wildcat bench. Last touch by Gudenkunst. Guerra back in for Ogiano. Reed rolls it to Reichert. He turns, gets some pressure from JP Rio, and now gives it up to Casey Kelly as Friedman came well outside of his box. Dives to the ground to secure the ball and hands it over to Chucky Tenbush. Tenbush passes it to Soy. Soy up ahead to Kelly. He's able to control it with the header. Africo controlled it along the sideline and then crossed it. Cosentino able to steal it away and send it up to Zeke Menendez. Menendez gets a shot off, and it'll be a goal kick. Excuse me, a corner kick for the Seahawks. Will the substitution happen before or after? I guess it will happen after. Goal kick, yes. Corner kick, yes or no? Yes, substitution first. As Quiroz comes in for Ventura, and that corner kick by Casey Kelly, taken in safely by Friedman. And another yellow card issued to a Wildcat player. This one going to Ricky Africo. The Wildcats do have a corner kick here. It goes to the far side. And a goal kick for Salve Regina, Nathan Reed. One the score here in the second half. Just under 28 minutes. Guerra to Quiroz. Quiroz chips it in, and Friedman right there, ready to get it on the short hop. Squared off nicely for that reception. Cosentino heads it well out of bounds. Salve Regina University men's ice hockey coach Zach Klon at midfield, retrieving it in the out of bounds area. Klon serving as the game manager for Salve Regina men's soccer. He's got a crew of women's cross-country runners, including Bridget Esposito in the press box, serving as the camera operator. Thank you, Bridget. Her other teammates are doing ball chasing duties. Sweeney into the corner. Gets knocked off of the ball by Casey Kelly. And Kelly draws the foul from Sweeney. Reichert, long kick down the right sideline. Winiarski giving chase. And it just goes out of bounds on the sideline. So Seahawks will look to trap the Wildcats in this corner. Not a goal kick, as it went out of bounds on the side. That out of bounds in front of the Seahawk bench. Last touch by Reichert. Tenbush, the throw. Pass midfield. Reichert with the header. Riley right back. And now Menendez looking to turn and advance. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw for Nathan Cosentino. And a substitute as Menendez was dealing with the ball on the sideline. He gets replaced by Nick Diamond. Nick Diamond, a striker, sophomore from Oxford, Massachusetts. As I had my head down, I missed that action. Foul on Salve. Guerra stopping the Tenbush kick and then dribbling it. Quick advance. Both players go down, no whistle. Cosentino intercepts that Wildcat cross. And then knocked out of bounds by Johnson and Wales. Cosentino will have a throw close to midfield. He throws it over Diamond's head. And Cosentino able to direct that header. But the Wildcats have it. Now Davies from the midfield, center field I should say, in the back area. Now Quiroz up ahead to Guerra. He won't be able to catch up to Quiroz's pass. Casey Kelly able to slow down a Johnson and Wales advance and draws the foul, so it'll be Seahawk possession. Kelly with the free kick. He switches sides all the way over to Cosentino in front of the scorer's table. Back to Davies. He's going to angle it over to Kelly. And Kelly straight ahead to Guerra, his fellow graduate captain. Nice tackle, but out of bounds off of Johnson and Wales. We'll have another substitution. Alessandro Oggiano will come in for Jordan Borges. Seahawks just had 3 subs in the first half, first 45 minutes. They now have 4 in the second. all of Salve Regina University men's soccer home games will be right here at Toppa Field and on the Salve Regina University Athletics Network. Men's soccer YouTube channel. Guerra gets it back and unlaunches a kick, but it goes wide right. Substitution for Johnson & Wales, a pair of Wildcats coming in. Number 18 and 16, and departing are 9 and 14. Friedman's goal kick passes midfield. Headed there by Gudenkunst. Reichert over to Davies. Davies switches it over to Costantino. He'll direct it to Oggiano. More substitutions for the Seahawks. Michael Manusos and Richie Ventura return to action, replacing John Reichert and Ethan David, respectively. It's a 1-1 score here in the second half. Salve Regina scoring its only goal thus far in the first 3 minutes of the contest. Jacob Guerra with his second goal of 2021. And then Kevin Riley tied the score early in the second half with a header that just eluded Nathan Reed. I'm getting confused with the Nathans and the Ethans. Guerra over to Costantino. And that'll be a throw-in for the Seahawks as it was knocked out by Gianni Lisa. Costantino with the throw-in just beyond his bench. Johnson & Wales in the blue uniforms. Richie Ventura with a long kick over the crossbar. And we'll have a substitution for Salve Regina before the kick. No, we won't. Jordan Borges waiting on the sidelines at midfield to re-enter the game. Borges, a starting midfielder from Milford, Massachusetts. Nice stop by Casey Kelly against Garrett Groling. Rolling just into the contest and then cleared by James Davies. Rolling. Gives it over to Nolan Soy. Soy's kick goes high. So the Seahawks and The Wildcats exchange a pair of high shots. Borges replacing Nick Diamond. Diamond saw some second half action here today. Foul on the Seahawks. With the free kick is Tenbush into the box. First headed by Casey Kelly. And now Guerra able to clear to Ogiano. He touches it over to Quiroz. Quiroz gets knocked down as he frees it up for Winiarski. Winiarski in a race, getting boxed out by Miller. And the yellow card will be issued at midfield for the collision that Quiroz suffered with, I believe, Gianni Lisa. That's the third yellow card of the game for Johnson Wales. 3 different players. Loose ball, Ogiano picking it up. Dancing around a little bit. No one to get it to. Now the other way goes Johnson Wales. Osorio gets it into the box, but Reed's there. He picks it up on a roll. Cross from Osorio, and into the goal for Eric Gonsalves. Eric Gonsalves gets the cross and knocks it high into the goal.
Johnson Wales goal scored by number 16, Eric Gonsalves.
Now just under 13 minutes remaining in the second half. Johnson Wales with a 2-1 lead. Gonsalves with his first goal on the cross from Nick Gudenkunst. Manusos whistled for the foul. Nathan Reed will come up and take the free kick from just shy of midfield. He delivers it long into the box and well tracked by Jacob Friedman. Friedman, the junior keeper from Woodland Hills, California. Kelly heads it over to Manusas. Ventura and Quiros both with it. Now Manusos from Quiros over to Guerra. Back to Manusos on the end line. He stops it, climbs in. It just gets away from Guerra and cleared downfield by the Wildcats. Nathan Reed resets it for the Seahawks. Casey Kelly with Lisa on his back. Now Davies from the center over to the right for Nathan Costantino. Costantino to Ventura. Midfield for Alec Quiros. He chips it ahead, but Friedman was waiting for it. Quiros had Guerra. Got a step ahead of the Wildcat defense, but Friedman crept in as well. That goes out of bounds on at the Wildcat bench. Johnson Wales substitution brings Ricky Africo back in. He replaces Garrett Groling. Johnson Wales with a 2-1 lead here. Under 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Both Wildcat goals coming in the second half. And Casey Kelly will be issued a yellow card. Well, can you do something over the PA and say, Free kick by number 5, James Davies.
Please report to the scorer's booth. Will Zach Klon please report to the scorer's booth? His booth.
Matt, the clock. What time, Troy? 8:35 on the clock. Thank you. There will be 8:35 remaining in the second half as the scoreboard's being adjusted. Manusos on the near sideline. Has it stolen by Soy. Both Lisa and Kelly get a header on it. Collected by Kelly. Over to Ventura. Poked away by Gonsalves. It'll be a foul on Johnson and Wales. Seven and a half minutes remaining in the second half as Quiros is taken down. Another foul. And clock stoppage. I'm seeing yellow. And it appears to be issued to Gudenkunst. So Sam Winarski will set up the kick for the Seahawks. He'll have Manusos on his left. And then a number of Seahawks on his right. This goes to the right. Headed out by Tenbush. Now Ventura picks up the errant pass. And then has it go out of bounds off his back. Cosentino able to slow it down. In the far corner is Ricky Africo. That'll be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Ethan David waiting at midfield for a substitution for the Seahawks. He'll get that opportunity later. Now it's a throw-in for Johnson and Wales. As Lisa dances with it, and it rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. David replacing Manusos. We have a player down, so we'll stop the clock on all of our devices. .5:14 remaining in the second half. Head coach for the visiting Wildcats is David Kulik, a 1988 graduate of Yale University. He's in his 10th season with the Wildcats. He's currently out in the field right now, attending to one of his injured players. That'll be Nolan Soy leaving the field, and coming on as a substitute is Connor Elliott. Borges trying to stay in control with it. That's flicked on by Ricky Africo. Nathan Reed there to pick it up. He directs James Davies to go downfield so he can give this a good kick. He does. Nice line drive into the box, and there's Friedman picking it up off to the left side of his box. He'll take a few dribbles. Then he boots this. Past midfield. Ventura with it over to Kuros. Kuros to Winyarski. Winyarski over to Ogiano, but he can't keep it inbounds. Oh, actually, it touches off a Wildcat player out of bounds. Now, Winyarski will give up the throw to Cosentino. Cosentino sends his throw into the box, cleared by Gutenkunst. His numerical counterpart, Richie Ventura, sends it in to Ethan David. David to Kuros, now to Kelly. Ventura over to Cosentino. Cosentino back to James Davies. Davies creeping up through the middle. Kuros looking to attack. Goes out wide to Ethan David. Now Kevin Riley with the clear. Borges trying to apply pressure. Kelly with the and we have a clock stoppage. At 3:07, the clock has stopped. No card issued. Under 3 minutes remaining in the second half. Seahawks trailing by 1, 2-1. Kuros withstands the grab to his left shoulder. This ball going into the box. Nathan Reed comes out and heads it over to Casey Kelly. Good move by the senior keeper. Couldn't wait for it to come to him into the box. Now up on the right side, Jordan Borges. Controlling it with a dribble. That ball stays in play. Finally out of bounds. A throw in for Cosentino. Over Guerra's head to Ogiano. Ogiano has it deflected. Ventura tries to send it back in. Riley with the clear. And Elliott with the backwards kick to clear it. Now Guerra leaving it for Ethan David. Guerra collects it. Poked out by Gonzalez. Large crowd here for the Seahawks, bolstered by the arrival of the class of 2025 on hand to cheer on the Seahawks. Cosentino on the ground, and it rolls for Friedman to pick it up.
1 minute left in the half.
Davies, it gets through, but Reed there to send it the other way. Friedman at the top of his box, has it, goes down. We're under a minute remaining. And they're just going to exchange long kicks here. As that header from Gonzalez picked up by Reed. Under 30 seconds. He rolls it, kicks it deep in traffic. Loose ball and cleared to the right. It's going to be a quick throw in under 10 seconds. As Kelly with a throw over to Guerra. Guerra looking to get a kickoff and no shot attempted as Johnson and Wales holds on for the 2-1 victory here at Salve Regina University, Toppa Field. Final score, Wildcats 2, Seahawks 1. A non-conference victory for the visiting Wildcats. They improved to 2-0 on the season. Salve Regina falls to 1-2-0 on the year. Their first home game My thanks to Bridget Esposito for her work on the camera and for Matthew Hurd on his work on the public address announcing.
Massachusetts at Dartmouth. Kickoff for this
Once again, final score here.
for 7 o'clock.
Johnson Wales 2 and Salve Regina 1.
Salve Regina match.
It is a final from Toppa Field. The teams will exchange pleasantries.
Take care and please walk and drive safely.
I'm Craig O'Rourke, the head men's soccer coach of Salve Regina Men's Soccer. For those of you wondering, Salve Regina Men's Soccer has risen to national prominence over the last few seasons. Our combined record over the last 2 years of playing is 30 wins, 5 losses, and 7 draws. In both years, we were regionally ranked, and in 2018, we rose in the national rankings, culminating in a number 14 position in one of the national polls. During the last 3 seasons, we've had 4 players named All-American, and each year we've had multiple players being named All-Region, and in 2018 we led the entire country with 5 All-Region selections. We are back-to-back Commonwealth Coast Conference regular season champions, and in 2019 we earned the conference's automatic bid to the NCAA. We are always aggressively looking to bring in new talent, and we are looking for technically capable and tactically aware players who are capable of doing our vision across all 3/3 of the field, dependent upon time and score. Any prospective student athlete that is interested in contacting me and sending us information as well as film should email me directly at craig.o'rourke@salve.edu. If you didn't get that email address, don't worry. Just go on the Salve Athletics website and all of my contact information can be found on there, as well as a great deal about the team, including schedule, roster, and team information. Any questions, feel free to email me and get in touch with us, and we will get back to you. It's a point of pride for the entire coaching staff that we respond to every email that comes to our office. Thank you, and best of luck in soccer.